Now, an appalling incident of discrimination against a visually impaired student has come to light from the national capital. Hailing from Poonch district of Jammu and Kashmir, Wahid Anjum came to Delhi to prepare for the civil services exam. He took admission at the well-known Vajiram and Ravi coaching class, where he was assured of assistance. But to his horror, he was discriminated against, harassed and humiliated. The administration not only refused to provide him books with a larger font, they also misbehaved with him.
मैं पार्शली विजुअली इम्पेयर्ड हूँ। मेरी एक आंख फंक्शनल है और एक नॉर्मल इंसान के कंपैरिजन में उस आंख से भी मुझे 30% दिखता है। ये है वो फॉन्ट साइज जिसे मैं पढ़ पाता हूँ। मैंने हमेशा बुक्स की पीडीएफ्स डाउनलोड की और उन्हें डाउनलोड करने के बाद उनका प्रिंट आउट लेके और मैं इस फॉन्ट साइज़ को पढ़ पाता हूँ। इससे छोटा फॉन्ट साइज़ जो है 24 साइज़ फॉन्ट साइज़, इससे छोटा फॉन्ट साइज़ मेरे लिए पढ़ना बहुत मुश्किल है। और अब जब सेकंड लॉट और जो नॉर्मल सेकंड लॉट जो डिस्ट्रीब्यूट हुआ है वो किताबें मुझे दे नहीं रहे, उसमें ये किताब है और इस किताब को अब मुझे पढ़ने को मजबूर किया जा रहा है। आप खुद ही मैच कर लीजिए कि पहला फॉन्ट साइज़ और दूसरे फॉन्ट साइज़ में कितना फ़र्क है। और अब इस किताब को मैं कैसे पढ़ूँ, इन किताबों को मेरे लिए पढ़ना बहुत मुश्किल हो रहा है। और मैं बार बार उनके रिक्वेस्ट करने पे भी मुझे वो किताबें नहीं दे रहे हैं और ये वो बोल रहे हैं कि आप जाके कंप्यूटर स्क्रीन से पढ़ो। और कंप्यूटर स्क्रीन से पढ़ना मेरे लिए और हानिकारक है और बहुत मुश्किल है, मैं नहीं पढ़ पाता हूँ। मैं आपसे हाथ बांध के रिक्वेस्ट करता हूँ, मुझे और कुछ नहीं चाहिए। मैं पढ़ना चाहता हूँ। मुझे अगर खुदा ने प्रॉब्लम दी है तो खुदा ने उससे 10 गुना ज़्यादा हौसला दिया है। खुदा के लिए उस हौसले को पस्त मत कीजिए। मुझे नौकरी नहीं चाहिए, मुझे आपसे पैसा नहीं चाहिए, मुझे किताबें चाहिए ताकि मैं पढ़ सकूं।
I'm joined by my colleague Pradeep over the phone line. Pradeep, a shocking case of discrimination over there where the student essentially says that he was completely discriminated against. He had, in fact, the authorities over there in the coaching class were aware that he needed a certain kind of assistance in order to study, but that was not provided to him despite assurances.
Yes, you're absolutely right. This is a shocking case of discrimination at the hands of coaching classes in Delhi. It is one of the renowned institutes, Vajiram and Ravi. And these classes, initially, he had in fact provided them the medical certificate also, despite medical certificate, which clearly shows that he has more than 50%. He is visually handicapped. And so it's because of that disability, he is not able to read from the normal font size. All he was asking for was that should provide me at least e-notes, that soft copy of those notes that have been provided to the student, so that he can enlarge the font size. If you can't provide the enlarged font size, because that is not possible for him to read from the normal books. He, as you heard in the emotional, in fact, appeal which he had made to the Prime Minister, he says that all I have got is that strength. Please don't shatter that strength that is in me, because I had been facing many difficulties. And this student is from one of the remote border district of Poonch, and he's one of those brilliant students. He's a very good debater here in Kashmir Valley, Jammu and Kashmir region. So he had been studying hard. So finally he wanted to go for the IAS coaching. He had applied for the course already, gave them all those details. Initially the coaching institute people had promised him to provide notes. They provided him once, but after that they completely denied him. So he had written a letter to the director also, and he now wants Prime Minister and the HRD Ministry to in fact intervene and ensure that nobody like him has to face problem. He said this is a kind of harassment and the humiliation because he is not asking for money, he is not asking for any job, he is not asking for any other favor. All he is asking for is a basic right, and the right to education is the right of every citizen in a welfare state. And how come that we deny to a person? Because on one hand we keep on talking about providing education and channelizing energy of the youth, especially in Jammu and Kashmir, where youngsters get lured to the gun culture, they join terror rank. And here is a boy who really wants to do well, and despite all those handicaps, he is visually impaired. He cannot see properly from one eye, and the other eye, in fact, the visibility is less than 50%. So if he has provided the certificate and all those things, so why after promising him things initially, when they took the payment, then later on they are denying things? So he has written a very complete letter to administration in this regard, the director of the institute, and now his hopes are lying with the government of India. He wants that at least the Prime Minister or the concerned ministry to intervene so that he has not to suffer and he can continue with his education. He said that I don't want that the strength which I am carrying since my childhood to do something really good and something really big should not be shattered.
That's right, and we hope that the authorities take note. Pradeep, thank you so much for joining us with those details.